Welcome back to the channel, everyone. Guys, I've just read the most absolutely outrageous thing I've ever seen in my entire life, and it made my blood boil. Ken Griffin gets paid $68 million a month after tax. Trust me guys, you do not want to miss this video, so stay tuned and let's make some money. But before I dive into the video, I just want to give a massive shout out to the 1,700 of you that have currently dinged that notification bell, because you guys are always the first to watch a new video as soon as it's released. So guys, be sure to drop a like down below, subscribe to the channel and ding that notification bell if you haven't already, so that you don't miss another video just like this one. And now I want to dive straight in with the key information. So, I know this article might be a little bit old, but Ken Griffin is the $68 million man. There aren't many people whose earnings can make the $690 million that the Blackstone CEO Steve Schwarzman raked in last year look low. According to the latest filings, Griffin's ex-wife, Ann Diaz, said his monthly gross income approaches $100 million, and his net monthly income after taxes averages over $68.5 million. That works out to more than $2.2 million a day, or upwards of $90,000 per hour. Diaz's filing is sure to escalate their ongoing dispute over child support, in which he's asking for $1 million a month in child support. Griffin argues that amount is excessive and includes expenses such as private jets, $450,000 vacations, and $6,800 a month for groceries that are mainly for Diaz's opulent lifestyle. He's told the court he'll only fund expenses he deems reasonable. Just as a quick sidetrack, I personally think that this is what's wrong with the world at the moment. What happened to the times when divorces were split 50-50? I know that $1 million a month is a lot of money, and most, if not all of that money is going to be going towards things that aren't really necessities. But that's not really how divorce should work. I personally still believe that everything should be split 50-50. If Ken was worried about getting a divorce, he should have just signed a prenup before getting married. Diaz says she's adhering to Illinois law, which requires Griffin to fund the three children's lifestyles as it was during their parents' marriage. She says the expenses such as the jets and groceries are simply an accounting of all the couple's child-relating expenses while they were married. Ken's false incredulity as to the cost of his children's lifestyle, a lifestyle which he established and continues to enjoy with the children, is pure hypocrisy. In her filing, Diaz acknowledges the family's large spending habits, but she says Griffin funded and created the lifestyle, so he has little reason to object. It's a silly exercise to pretend the day-to-day living expenses for the Griffin children even remotely resembles the norm, she said, but she adds, typical American families do not have a father with a net monthly income of just shy of $70 million. That's the understatement of the year. I personally think it's absolutely disgusting the way Ken generates such significant amounts of money from ripping off regular people, regular working class people like you and I. It's so unfair that it's one rule for them and another rule for us, and that one rule for them allows them to make ridiculous amounts of money like $68, nearly $70 million a month. In terms of how Ken makes most of his money, it's through Citadel Securities. The electronic trading firm owned by hedge fund billionaire Ken Griffin has played a quiet but critical role in the frenzy of the last 2 weeks. The firm, an affiliate of Mr. Griffin's hedge fund, Citadel, executes orders placed by customers of Robinhood Markets, TD Ameritrade and other online brokerages that have enjoyed surging volumes during the pandemic. Obviously this is going to be all of the payment for order flow brokerages. Citadel Securities makes money by selling stocks or options for slightly more than it's willing to buy them. The difference is often just a fraction of a penny per share, but repeated millions of times a day, it adds up to serious money. But we now know that it's not just a fraction of a penny. Citadel typically don't give the best execution price to their customers, and instead make much more than just a fraction of a penny, or maybe even a few pennies per trade. I am glad that the SEC and the DTCC are starting to catch on and are fining some companies like Robinhood, but really they need to go straight to the source, which is Citadel, and they also need to be doing more than just issuing small fines. They need to be issuing sanctions and jail time. A $70 million fine is nothing to Robinhood, who made over $300, nearly $400 million last year from selling their order flow to Citadel. But also at the same time, $300 million to $400 million that Robinhood made is nothing compared to the $6.7 billion of net trading revenue that Citadel made in 2020. Can I also point out how incredible it is that Ken pays himself a net salary of nearly $100 million? Times 12, that's $1.2 billion a year before taxes. A very, very large portion of what Citadel actually made for the year. I also wanted to bring to light Citadel's growth in 2020, a year where they generated $6.7 billion in revenues and $4.1 billion in EBITDA. The company's success comes in a year that was defined by economic pain and despair for many, but clearly not for Ken. But it will go down as one of the most lucrative environments in Wall Street history. Traders across investment banks profited from volatility sparked by the pandemic and an explosion in stock market speculation by people cooped up at home on apps such as Robinhood Markets. The firm, which is 85% owned by Griffin, according to Bloomberg, also paid out $1.9 billion in equity distributions last year. Griffin has a net worth of $21.4 billion, making him the 28th richest person in the United States. Guys, be sure to let me know down in the comments below what you think about Ken Griffin being the $68 million man and making nearly $70 million a month after tax. Also guys, if you haven't already, I'd really consider checking out the Patreon, linked in the description below, and becoming part of the team to discuss AMC and other stocks as well. And as always guys, if you enjoyed this video, be sure to check out some of my others. Alternatively, subscribe to the channel and ding that notification bell, because that way you'll be alerted when I upload a new video. Cheers.